it wasn't like they weren't involved because they gave you your first glove, they gave you your first ball, your bat, or whatever, and they taught you the foundation for it. The streets taught you the game too.
Yeah.
So like with that era, with all of us, we only had like one of my friends was a single parent. But our fathers, and I mean with all of my buddies,
Right.
they were his father.
Right.
So we knew him if he needed something, if he needed discipline or whatever. He came down there, as a matter of fact, his mother would call. Oh yeah, I'm sending that boy down there, he needs that butt whoop. If she was too tired. My old man said, all right, bring him on. He'd get down there as soon as he hit that door. Pop, 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 pop. Oh, she do it again. I got mine already. Yeah, so it's just the era that has changed. You know, like I said, with Low Nell, we were involved hands-on straight
For
from
sure.
everything from bitty ball to traveling and all this other stuff. Our daddy, without the house, had to work. So the streets, like I said, I learned my game from the streets, but it was taught
Yeah.
from my father giving us these books.
Yeah.
So that's the difference now. And a lot of these fathers, I mean, times have changed, is they don't wanna get involved because they probably can't get involved because these parents nowadays don't tell my child what to do. That's the attitude they got. Or like for bitty ball or whatever, my child is this, and you trying to correct me like, no, you can't tell my son this. You know? Right. If I can't tell your son something, he shouldn't be out here.
You can't take instruction. What you mean?
Yeah, I'm coaching because I'm gonna coach the rest of these 12 kids.
Yeah.
You know, and if he ain't gonna listen,
Yeah.
you already think he's up.
And I think that's the key point when we was growing up under Lil Kenny and them. It was if Coach Ken say, Carlos, you're not doing this. Our daddy was the type, man, Ken, get his ass out.
Yeah.
You know,
They ain't gonna sit there and
they
say
not
like,
gonna go against the
alone.
coach. So I think that was a community in itself because I think basketball is serious. I think it's very serious to our parents, to Ken Clarks, Eric Lowe's and stuff. But I think it created a bond between all men because all of them had the same expectation
Exactly.
Good point.
to raise their kids, but also to raise a true athlete. You couldn't just be trash, or you couldn't just be average. So if my son not doing what he's supposed to do, he don't need to be playing, get dressed.
Yeah.
And that was the type of time that I think all parents was on. And I think it brings a good, it brought a good community. Because when you go to AAU games, you see Ken, you see Aaron Lowe, you know what I'm saying? So you see all these guys, and it's like, shit, if I'm performing,
Yeah.
he gonna come up to me and say something. Or
Yeah,
you gonna come up
everybody
to me
can
and say
check
something.
you.
Everybody will check me. Or he reffing the games.
Uh-huh.
So you gotta be on point the whole time. From your mannerisms, yes sir, no sir, how you doing, where your son at? I played with King Lowe's son, I played with Eric Lowe's son for years.
Yeah.
Before the AU was on. We used to go, I think make him go to the games to watch his coach, and watch his son play. So every time you come to the door, you got Kenny Clark, you got Cuz, you got Derek Dunlap. You see all these guys, you like, and the other thing is jealousy wasn't as big as it is now.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? My dad didn't say, oh, don't talk to Ken Clark.
Yeah.
I'm betting him or he betting me, whatever the case is. It was, whatever he telling you, you better listen.
Listen here,
Or I'm gonna get on you.
And see the thing like that too, he went with Lil Hiram. It's so easy just to put Hiram out there, give him the ball to the rest of the floor. Just run around in circles. Watch Hiram. When I first got into it, I was like, yeah, okay, Hiram is something special. My son a little behind, but we're gonna ride Hiram. Hiram's father used to tell me, he said, listen, I will pull my kid if you ever do that again. He said, you don't coach just my child. You coach the other 4 or whatever else, because you never know when that child is gonna be needed. Because I used to sit there like, just go, let Hiram go, can you get the rebound? Very easy. He said, no, don't do that. And the father had to get to me and come straight and say, I will pull my son if you ever did it again. So it changes your focus to let you know, he know what he's got, but he wants the other kids to be just as good. So you start bringing them along, you're gonna have a better team.
Yeah, you gonna mess his son up by doing that too.
Yeah.
Cause mentally, like, you know, you
Yeah.
take him out of the place where, man, you need to be developing other people around you, you know, and
Mhm.
trusting other people, and then he grew up thinking, like, I'm just the man. I don't
Yeah.
need nobody else, you know. So now you doing more damage than
Exactly.
you know.
I have a great question though. You got a great
Okay,
question.
let me say this real quick, just want to get Minister E up to speed. This discussion that we have, the first Saturday of the month, has started. Myself, Los, Fahim, Ken Clark, and Fool. We was talking about doing it every Saturday. And Ken said, no, E, it's too much for you working in the shop. And we said, let's do it once a month. So Ken said, okay, the first Saturday of the month. So we figured we just gonna talk about community involvement, ministry, basketball game, parenting, whatever's going on in society at the time. And I read it by Pastor Ricks, and Pastor Walker as well, just talking about it. And we said, okay, let's do it this way. So I created a flyer, and we just flip it. We'll go off the momentum of the month or the previous month to switch it up a little bit, throw something out there. And your name kept coming up, you know. Man, have E in the building. Even just talk about refereeing. Talk about refereeing, or even just talk about the ministry itself along with Pastor Walker and Ricks. So that's where I hit you up all the time. Hey man, this is what we looking to do. We would like to have you involved, so forth and so forth. Okay, Jones, I'm ready.
You ready?
Have you involved and boom. So that's how all this just came about. You know, normally we just bring little snacks and we run for 10:30, not 10:30, 11 o'clock, 11:30. Boom. We'll take a picture of this first.
See, but he is a product of the community.
Yes.
You know, growing up, we watched him grow up, and he brought his son in.
Yep.
You know, and the community, you see, like, we started in Pop Warner
Yeah.
back then. You know, and you just, that's how you get to know people. We don't have those events no more. We don't have Pop Warner. We got, I know it's a pitiful case of Biddy ball, but we don't have the Biddy ball. We Little League is down. You got 2 fields on each side of the city, and you can barely get enough kids to play on one field. You know, where's our community at where Little League Saturdays packed?
Yep.
You know, cars in the parking lot, cars across the street, they playing. Biddy ball, packed. Pop Warner, packed.